Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Wooden Railway Adventures, Episode 194, Hector and Logan's Hot Pursuit. One morning, Mavis was getting ready to leave Marin Station with a quarry train when Skiff and Sailor John cut right in front of her. "Oh," she gasped, "not again! Watch where you're going, and keep off the main line, you silly things." "How rude and inconsiderate," said Trevor. "I've seen them all over the railway. They're always darting in and out of traffic with no regard for anyone else." "It's about time something was done," she added. "Eventually there's going to be an accident." Later that day, Mavis arrived at Knapford Station to find that Sir Topham Hatt was holding a meeting with all of the engines. "That pirate and his railboat thing almost made me crash this morning," complained Percy. "Same here," added Mavis. "Those two are extremely dangerous." "See, sir," exclaimed Gordon, "just another example of the chaos this Skiff and Sailor John fellow are causing." "They don't abide by any rules or regulations," added Ryan. "As long as the wind is blowing, you can bet they're on the rails somewhere causing heaps of trouble." "I see," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Frankly, I didn't know the situation had gotten worse. The last I heard, that railboat was brought in to give rides at Arlesburg Harbor." "But I've never seen him there," said Duck. "He's always running around the island with Sailor John instead." "Well then, I suppose it's time to bring this to a stop. Thank you all for your input. Duck, will you please take me to Sailor John's dynamite stand so I can have a word with him and his railboat?" Sir Topham Hatt climbed aboard and Duck puffed away. "They'll be lucky to find him there," wheezed Gordon quietly. "Those two are never where you think they're going to be." Just then, Logan puffed in with Hector to add him to a goods train. "Oh, never mind, Logan," said Hector. "Duck just puffed away with Sir Topham Hatt. Looks like this train won't be going after all." "What a bummer," sighed Logan. "I brought you all the way from the coal depot for this. Guess we'll have to go back." "We should help Sir Topham Hatt try and catch that pirate," said Percy. "If any of you see him, make sure he doesn't get away again." "Interesting," said Logan. "Let's keep an eye out, Hector." Later that day, Logan was on his way back to the coal depot when Hector spotted Skiff and Sailor John in one of the sidings. "Shh," whispered Hector. "Stop! Look, it's Sailor John and the railboat." "Cinders and ashes," cried Logan. "We should tell somebody." "Hold on, they're talking about something. Let me see if I can hear them." "But Sailor John, we don't need to do that," protested Skiff. "I know it's important to you, but it isn't important to me. I'd rather be at Arlesburg Harbor giving tours to the children." "Stow your touring talk," shouted Sailor John. "That was just a ploy to get you on Sodor. Now that you're my boat, we'll be doing things my way." "You mean I won't actually be giving the children boat rides at all?" Maybe if there come a day where I don't need to be running around this island without your assistance, then yes, you can do that instead." But Skiff was upset. "I didn't sign up for this, Sailor John. You lied to me. All this time we've been running around, and I thought you were up to something important. Turns out you're just looking for the—" "Oh, watch out!" cried Bill. "Logan, what are you doing in the middle of the track here?" "Shh! Be quiet!" whispered Logan. But Sailor John had seen everything. He quickly hopped aboard Skiff and raised the sail. "Looks like we got some eavesdroppers over here," he laughed. "Try and catch us, you big coal car." And the wind swept Skiff and Sailor John down the track. "Quick, let's get after them," said Hector. "But I can't see," shouted Logan. "Where am I supposed to go?" "Don't worry, I'll be your guide. There's no time to lose." And the two raced away after them. On the other side of the island, Sir Topham had arrived at Sailor John's dynamite stand, but the devious pirate was nowhere to be found. "Who needs this much dynamite anyway?" asked Duck. "It's a bit of an overload, don't you think?" Just then, Bert puffed up. "Hello, sir. Can I help you with something?" "Yes, have you seen Sailor John around lately? I need to speak with him immediately." "No, sir," replied Bert. "He hasn't been here that much recently. The lorries are doing all of the delivering for him." "Delivering?" asked Sir Topham Hatt. "I'm surprised there's that much of a demand for dynamite on this island." "Personally, I don't think a lot of people are buying it. It seems as though he's mostly moving it from this location to another, if you ask me." "Interesting," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Thank you, Bert. Well, Duck, what do you think this Sailor John is up to?" "Certainly something to look into," he replied. "I agree," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Come on, let's go check out the progress on the Ulfstead Christmas decorations. Maybe we can find something there." Meanwhile, Kelly, Oliver, and Byron had finished putting the sign back together outside of the abandoned mine. "There we go!" exclaimed Kelly. "Now everybody will know that it's not safe to enter the mine here." Just then, Skiff and Sailor John rolled up. We can't go inside now with all of these scallywags hanging about. We'll have to come back later." "Oh, look out!" cried Skiff. "Here comes the big truck and the engine!" Sailor John quickly ran inside the signal house and changed the points while no one was looking. Logan and Hector rounded the bend, smashed through the sign, and ended up getting stuck in the tunnel door. "Har, har, har," laughed Sailor John. "Mind your own business, everybody, or there will be more from where that came from." "No, don't let them get away," shouted Logan, but he was derailed and the road vehicles didn't know what he was talking about. "Logan, what are you doing?" asked Oliver. "You've ruined the new sign." Just then, Duck and Sir Topham Hatt pulled up to find an incredible mess waiting for them. "Logan," he shouted, "what is the meaning of this? Were you trying to enter this mine here? It's strictly forbidden. That's why the sign was there." "No, sir, I was trying to catch Captain Callus and he—" "Whoa, Captain Callus?" asked Byron. "Now that's a name I haven't heard in a long time," chuckled Duck. "Why?" asked Logan. "What's so funny?" "Captain Callus lived a long, long time ago," said Kelly. "He's a myth, an urban legend at best." "No, that pirate man was Captain Callus," protested Logan. "That's what he told me when I saw him here a few months ago." "A few months ago?" asked Sir Topham Hatt. "Next to this abandoned mine? Logan, you're not working with Sailor John, are you?" "Of course not, but Hector and I were just trying to stop him." "Leave Hector out of this," said Sir Topham Hatt. "You've only made the situation worse. This wild goose chase around the railway was dangerous and unacceptable." Logan realized he was as much of the problem as Sailor John was. "Maybe you aren't such a good fit for Sodor after all," said Sir Topham Hatt quietly. "Trying to aid Sailor John and breaking down this mine door are two things that a really useful engine would not do. I suggest you clean yourself up and head back to the mainland." "Yes, sir," he said sadly. "It's all my fault. I've been dealing with the bad guy this whole time, and I can't be trusted anymore." As Duck puffed away, Sir Topham Hatt was relieved that he had finally gotten to the bottom of the Sailor John issue. Or so he thought.